And Alex, I have only to say to you that you're still trying to counter the fucking trend. This is what I see. All your plays were like against the trend, the general. And why is that, bro?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, look, this is a good lesson. When you have an uptrend, you are naturally bound to stick to the uptrend. I mean, there is a certain mentality coming probably, I mean, not only from crypto, but it's really present in crypto, that everybody wants to get the reversal. I mean, everybody wants to trade it. I mean, trading the reversal, it's really hard thing. So if you go to daily and monthly on most of the charts, you can see that right now you are still like in a short-term uptrend. It didn't break to the downside. The only like excuse for trading against the trend is when you have a low, you have a trend line and it's broken on a certain time frame, and then you make a lower high retest of it, and you can trade it to the downside for some kind of a retracement. So other than that, you just need to stick to a trend. When big money is moving the market, when institutionals are moving the market, they are the first one to buy and the first one to sell in this market. And we are just liquidity providers for their actions. And the only way for us to make money is to guess how the institutionals will be moving this money. That's why we have all those fancy indicators, why we have all those nice strategies to detect what market is doing and to go with it, not against it. If you want to go against the market, you need to have more money than those players who play in a certain direction. So it's more like an institutional to institutional play, but it's still not enough. Market is really deep, like it's a lot of money in the market. So it's really hard to stand in front of the running train and stop it like a Superman. It's impossible for us. Yeah. So we just need to agree that we are just providing liquidity for their moves. And we need to provide this liquidity in a direction to make money. So there will be liquidity providers up here, like let's go to BTC once again, monthly. So there were liquidity providers here who are providing obviously in a good direction for a while, but they were just buying the top. And there were liquidity providers who were providing liquidity when the bullish rally started here. So those were providers who bought BTC because they smelled an uptrend moving. And here was the dumb money who was buying something which was already moved. So the idea of the smart money, I just need to change it to logarithmic because it makes harder to read. So the idea of smart money was to accumulate here, release the accumulation. So what the smart money does, it is when somebody is buying like big time, they will place a range in the market. That's why it's called accumulations. And they will spread the orders over time to buy because there is not enough liquidity in a certain time. They can't press buy button, or they can't place one limit order because it will place a buy wall, and nobody will actually, none of it will be filled. So what they are doing, they're placing like walls, like they're keeping the money in the range for a while, and they're just buying here all over the place. And when their pockets are filled, when their positions are already filled, what they will do, they will release the price and let the others join the market. So in such accumulation times, there will be none or near zero like retailers like us playing, and this will be mostly play of the institutions here. And those institutions have the way to do it. So if you want to make money, you want to provide liquidity in a direction, but not like at the end of the trend. So that's why I'm rarely buying I'm rarely longing when I smell the end of the trend. I would rather like stay flat and wait for a reversal if I think the market will reverse. And after it reverses, I will join in a different direction. I'm not counter trading because it's, as you can see, Alex, it's highly dangerous because you
Yeah.
never know where it will be the top. You never know where the bottom will be in. The only way, like the bottom is actually easier because everything can go down to zero. I mean, the contracts, the futures on oil went below zero, but it's not like a stock price. It's just futures. Futures are used to hedge the production of the companies. This is why futures are, and they hedge themselves between like order and producing the good and then the payment. So they need to somehow manage the actual value, or in hard times. But this is what futures are made for. So as you can see, you just need to really pay an attention to the trend, Alex, and just trade a trend. There is nothing. It needs patience. All the trading needs patience because to buy, to open a good position, it needs it needs a lot of patience actually, and you just need to wait for it. And you can see, like for me, holding my long since here, I mean, it took like fucking forever. And it's still like taking forever for me to take profits. So if I take profit, I will be like $1,400 $1,000 per BTC up. But it's like it literally took a week to hold, more than a week. And then we had like this big reaccumulation here pattern, which actually resolved to the upside. And you just need to pay an attention. Don't listen to everybody. Don't listen to your bias. Just look at the chart. And if you see everything, like all the, like on Euro USD right now, this is hourly chart. So on hourly, everything is above all the major moving averages. I will just switch my voodoo for a while, all the view ups, and we'll go with the averages. So you can see all the averages are pointing to the upside. They're in the proper direction. So there is 21, 55, 100, 200, EMA, 200, SMA. And the only way right now to play Euro USD, probably even on higher time frames, is to the upside until the trend ends. And then you want to play on the other side of the market. So just catching the trades against, I mean, if you don't know why you did it, you just need to think about it, because we are not running a social club to show our, sorry for that, but our dicks, literally, like we're not showing our positions. Sorry, Pam, for it, but it's not like show who is a better trader. And honestly, I understood that in my trading when I was trading alone. And even if I didn't have people around me, there was something in my head, like trying, like big ego thing, trying, okay, now I'll prove to somebody who does not even exist that I'm a brilliant trader. When it actually comes down, all the trading comes down to the amount of money you make over time. That's all it is. And you don't need to have brilliant positions to make money. You just need to be right probably more often than you're wrong, and earn a little more than you lose on each trade, and you'll be okay over time, and you'll be making money. And there is no trading contest here, so you don't need to prove anything. It's just try to get a grip on the market, try to get used to it, and train your patience. Don't enter a trade if you're not sure, because when I see it, I mean, you had like this gold sell. It was okay on 700. Let's go with it. Okay, I will be. Where's gold? Here is gold. So you had one. I don't know where it was. Somewhere here.
Mm,
When it was.
let
Just
me.
show me the 29th. Okay, so 29th, it was just, so somewhere here you sold gold. And actually, look, mate, you are on monthly and a beautiful fucking uptrend with a nice, right now you have a nice monthly close. It's really nice. And it shows more potential to the upside. It will be more visible probably on spot gold, but I don't have it here. It has more history, but you're way above monthly 21 EMA. They crossed with 55 here. All the EMAs probably are going to the upside. You have a nice uptrend. So one thing you don't want to play on gold right now is shorting it. This is only by the fucking dip time. You had a dip here and it was bought up so easily. So you see the market is changing. Even if it's putting up the lows, there are higher lows and they're like only dips in a price. They're not like shortable. So every time the bull market, if you are in an uptrend, is all the mm, all the retracements, all the dumps will be easily bought back up, and the same with the downtrend. If you are in a downtrend, all the retracements to the upside will be easily sold. And the reason for it, for not playing against the trend, is because you never know when it will be sold or bought back up. So it's only it's high risk. You need to consider like you're trading as a game of risk, and you want to find opportunities which give you more chances to win. And by a book playing against a trend is the most risky thing. So what you want to stick is to stick to the uptrend. Same with BTC. If you are trading BTC, you don't want to play shorts to the downside. What you want to seek for, to refill your order on a retracement.
Yeah.
That's the only thing right now you need probably to do, especially if we close any weekly above 10,350 ish, which will make us like making a higher finally a higher high on the macro chart, and will probably lead to the moon mission. If it does not, it's still waiting time. But right now in the short term, you are also in the uptrend. And the thing is, I'm seeing in Discord people like trying to short 8400. I just said it's my target for but I am not. It was my target, but I'm not planning to blindly short. And it actually proven to be a good support, at least for a while, because it broke and then it was retested by this week. So everybody tries to short here. Some people were asking me like if I don't consider here a good short setup. I don't consider it here. But if you look like on 4 hour, all the price action, it's still above 300 SMA all the fucking time. So there is no reason to me to short it, because it's already above the major average, and it's like moving, it's gathered by the other ones. And it's also making like, especially here when it made a higher high on this, still like making this uptrend to continue. I mean, there is no shorting here. I mean, the only shorts I was like playing, I was just covering my position here. Then I released it, and just like I'm not like playing too much risk. I'm just booking my profit, but I'm not planning to short it to 2,000 or 3,000 yet. It's just market is what it is. And right now, the only thing I can do with BTC is just buy the fucking dip for now until it reverses, if it reverses. You know what I mean? So it will give me the most probability of winning, because right now nobody knew how far it will go. I mean, there was some support resistances along the 9,400-ish, but you can't predict if it's moving to the upside. You can't predict like the top. You don't know where the top is. Nobody knew where the top is, right? literally like I'm talking about retail players, and somebody probably knew the top will be here, but it was only when the you could tell it's top when the chart made actually lower high on macro. Was it? Is it here? December, yeah, 2017. So we had a higher. So we said we still had a higher high. We made the bearish divergence. Then we dumped. Then we recover, and then you know the story. So it was like a change of behavior because we made a lower high on the chart. And as you can see, there is not much of them in the past. If they were like, this is the high, this is like the reaccumulation or distribution pattern, then the dump, it was bought back. And all the time on daily, the price action was closing above 200 EMA and SMA after the change of behavior. So nobody knows if the top will be here unless until it's placed and price retraces, price goes in a different direction. Then how to know it's the actual like top is just to see if there is not another lower high in place. And after this lower high, you could blindly short it, then see how it resolves. So there were like few plays here, like probabilities. You could expect, it's just expectation, not a technical analysis, some kind of a reaccumulation pattern. And I saw this story in the past, like people were thinking, okay, another bull flag and then to the moon. Sorry for that, it didn't happen. But then if it's broken, you got a nice retest here. So even if you didn't short here, you had a really, really good opportunity to short the retest of this broken support, which is here like 12,800 something. So what I'm telling you is that you don't need to catch the top to make money. I know it's like tempting, but literally I missed like 30-40% of the price action here. I showed you guys. I mean, on BTC, I didn't long here. I was not sure where it will go, and I was not playing options, so I didn't have a choice just to wait. And I had to wait like for 1 month until I get a nice entry on daily 21 EMA. Did I make money? Oh, hell yeah, I did make money, but it didn't mean that I had to enter like the bottom. And if you consider from the bottom to my entry, BTC already did like 62%. So it was a huge move in price action, and I still made a lot of money on it. So there is place in the market for everybody to make money. You just need to be safe because you don't know the future, and you don't know if it's the top. I don't know right now on BTC if it's the top. I smell it like it will probably try to make some kind of a local top and retrace, and then probably play around. I think it's too early for a Truman mission, and we still have like some kind of a support here, which probably if it doesn't hold, we'll have a journey to at least 55 and then the other EMAs, but it's still a long time. We have a weekend pending, so let's see how it looks. Okay, so Alex, promise me one thing: trade with the trend. If you're trading a trend, trade with it, not against it. I bought against the trend Euro USD. I'm sorry, guys. I just need to clean my nose. Just have the hay fever, and still like it's in the end, but I need to. It's funny. What I was talking about. Yeah, I longed against the trend. Yeah, but I had this scenario, and I told you guys on Friday. So we had like some kind of a channel. It doesn't need to be exact. And I was telling I am gearing up, and I probably plotted this support then, this box here, and I was just buying here because I had a plan. After this fake out to the upside, then it reached the support, then it broke it again, and it tends to it doesn't want to make a lower low. And for me, it was buy, and I saw it on Voodoo, and I need to close it today because I don't like weekends, but probably what I will be trying, if it breaks to the upside, I will be trying to trade it at least like to this resistance here. So this is like my game plan, and I want to stick to it. So this was one of the plays I did play. And the second one I played on oil, and it was also against the trend. But the thing here is that I didn't long here. I just waited for like my main long for this one. So what it said to me, I mean, we had multiple bullish divergences on the way, especially if you look at daily. You had another bullish divergence here. You had price diverging here. You had a reaction, another bullish divergence placed. And it told me that we probably have the bottom in. And to prove it, even on 4 hour, we made a higher low on this time frame. So it means to me, okay, we made a low. We are testing it. Also, here was my Voodoo support on like hourly and probably up to 3 hour chart. Yeah, somewhere here. And I just made this decision. But then I already had a confirmation of a trend change. This first, so it is already like change of behavior in my eyes, and I want to play it to the upside. So this is the only time I will be actually counter trading the ongoing trend. So, but I need to have a confirmation that somehow the situation is changing, because then you can get screwed really badly. So yeah, gold.
Jackie,
Yeah, go on.
Jackie, can I ask you something on this?
On what?
My main issue, I think, is that I cannot understand when the change of direction is. You have more experience, you have more bad decisions and good decisions with all that, and in general, you are better than everybody else to recognize those changes. So there is something to on matrix, on something else, I don't know, to help me to recognize the change of behavior, because I sold gold because I saw a jiggle signal on 12 hours and also on a daily. For my defense, today hit my target, my profit target, but didn't play it on the day I wanted to play, because this is the market.
Yeah.
So is there something to help me to understand better the change of the behavior?
Yeah, it's simple. I'll show you a simple way. Make a trend line and see if you, it's like going with horizontal. See if you are making a higher high or higher low, or lower low and higher high. So the trend is a series of at least 2 consecutive lower lows and lower highs, or higher highs and higher lows, which makes it a trend. So if you see a trend being in place like here, it is still in downtrend. We didn't make a higher high yet, so I'm not like overly bullish yet on BTC, and I don't. Let's see how it closes. So
also, sorry to interrupt you, but here there is a very good example that you were bullish from 6,002.
Short-term bullish. I mean, I'm not trading BTC on monthly. And even on daily, I'm just taking a road, but my normal trading time frame for BTC is 4 hour time frame, and this is like my normal.
But you get the market. You understand it.
Yeah, I do, and I look at simple things, and those simple things are simply if we make a higher high or higher low on the macro. So for me to, like, we had a 4 hour on BTC. did I trade this? No. Did I trade this? No, of course not. But we were in a downtrend, we had a dump, and then we had a 2 consecutive higher lows, which means if we make another higher high here, it is an uptrend technically. By the book. It doesn't need to fit in a channel or whatever, but this is like the series of 2 higher highs and 2 higher lows, which makes it an uptrend. So then I already know how to position myself in probable trades. Although macro is still bearish, so I was like not playing full-time bull-tard and getting the biggest size of the position. But then we had another pattern here, like really simple to read, just connecting the dots when it was finished. So we were still technically here in an uptrend. So I know many people say like this is like bearish flag or whatever. It doesn't work this way. It's still an uptrend. It's still a series of consecutive higher highs and higher lows, which means it is going up. So then we had a short-term like reversal, but if you look at the macro perspective, you still see that it is going up. Then you had another like accumulation. You can see here. And then the resolution of this, it was reaccumulation and then resolution. So the price was actually released to reach current high. So how do I know we are changing the behavior? I would probably wait for something like this. I will wait for at least 2 touch divergence, or sometimes 3 touch divergence on higher time frame to give me more confluence to enter the position against the ongoing trend. But what I can already see in those charts, I already know that something is cooking here and it doesn't look bullish to me. So short term here, bro, you have like, let's use Voodoo. You have the top here on hourly. You have the top on 4 hour. Actually, we are above it. So it's still time until Voodoo will adjust. And 3 hour is faster. You can see it here. That's why I'm using 3 hour many times. Okay. Sometimes more often than 4 hour. Because you have, it reacts a little faster. If you want it to react more and more faster, you can't change it here. I need to add the option. There is an option to make it react faster. But what we actually did here on a lower time frame. On a lower time frame, we made 2 lower highs, okay? So it tells me if we get confirmation and we close this dildo at least below the support, I would probably love it to close like around here. If it closes below this support, it gives you already a lower low on the chart. I'm really thinking in the simplest of the simplest way about the charts. I'm not smelling. I don't have a special. I actually do have a special feeling something is cooking, but I'm not listening to it because I'm risking money not based on my feelings. I'm risking money based on the chart. And if chart tells me it's time to look for a reversal and stay neutral and wait until the price action resolves, I will do that. So this is what I'm doing in hard times. I'm waiting for a fucking reversal. And if I get the reversal and it gets confirmed, look, bro, whenever the price action reverses on each asset, you still have time to re-enter in a proper direction. So let's say, Jesus Christ. So let's say you didn't enter like me here on this long. You still had an opportunity here on 200 EMA and SMA to enter this trade. If you didn't, you had voodoo dots here to open. You had 15 minutes to play with. You had an absolutely beautiful entry here for long and still play it to the upside. This is why I'm always looking for an opportunity, and I'm not, if the trend is moving to the upside, I will just blindly follow it. If it's changing or showing the consolidation, reaccumulation, whatever it is, consolidation, I will wait with my trading until I have a resolution or it gets close. So you can there is this is what I actually wanted to talk today a little, and we'll talk about it, like to how to start making your own edge, okay, like how to choose indicators and the strategies. But I'm really looking at simplest of things, and I tend to find I tend to find a pleasure in trading a chart just without any indicators, because what indicators do, they give us what we are actually see despite the volume. If we don't have a volume indicator here, we don't know the volume, we need volume. But indicators are based mostly on price action or the volume to calculate certain things, to show us momentum, to show us trend, to show us the average price, etc., etc. So everything what is on the chart, your eyes can be trained in looking into it. And really trading just simple price action, it's highly satisfying because you are paying attention only to things which matter. And what things matter here? Actually, you can see we were making on this fellow, besides the horizontals, it was some kind, it's logarithmic, it was some kind of a, I don't know, we can call it, like we had a series of lower highs, but we made already a higher low here with a little fake out to the downside, so we can like move it something like this. Okay, I don't like diagonals, I use them like only to identify the trend if I need to leave the visual like clue to myself. And then what makes it really bullish, and this is really easy thinking, just make horizontals, swing highs, swing lows, make your own horizontals, not too much of them, just critical depending on the style you will be trading. And okay, so I have basics, and I had the resistance here from this price action. So as soon as the price action broke above it, and if we get a close above this resistance, I will get really bullish on Euro USD, because it means I will have a higher high on macro on this chart here. Okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm looking for. This is why Eric tells in his videos, if it closes this dildo above this level, I will get bullish, because it means change of the behavior. Before you had lower highs, and now we're making a higher high, which means it is more likely that it will have some kind of an extension to the upside. And how long it will go to the upside, of course, it depends on the chart and your targeting practice, where you want to position your long shorts. But there are a few obvious levels on the macro chart. That's why I use monthly for those, because it's less candles and more juice in the chart. Yeah, if you know what I mean. It's like easier to make critical levels. And as you can see, if we close above it, I see a good way to 112, and probably even if it goes really bullish, to extension to 114, and then to the upside. We have a lot of things to work on. And actually this should be something more like a high resistance level here. So this is how I'm charting. So this is like probably the move will extend to here, and I'll see from there. As of course it's monthly, so it can take years until it goes to this level. But I'm looking for those simple things. I don't need to use oscillators, indicators to actually try trading the actual thing here. I mean, it's really it's really simple things. It's, you just need to watch the trend where it is going. If it's series of lower lows and lower highs, it's a downtrend, so you want to trade with a downtrend. If you have something like this showing, so it tends to move between two support and resistances, you see the market is somehow ranging, and you don't want to be holding your positions in any direction for too long, rather play between those two zones. So it is actually the range. You will be sure about the range until you have at least two touch on each support and resistance. But it also leaves you to at least one or two good trade using this range. And then you're closing here, the price breaks and you have some kind of a retest, and then you can trade it to the upside. So here you had a change of behavior. You can see it, and you don't need any oscillators, any indicators to show you that. You just had a simple bullish close and follow through above the previous resistance, which means the price action would like to go probably more. And the way to do it is, I don't know, that on Forex it works pretty well. So here you have a measured move to the actual move. And this is how it moved. And I don't need any indicators to trade it. And I actually find it amusing to sometimes just switch everything off and train my eye, because price action tells you everything. I'm not looking at simple dildos. I'm not looking at shadows too much. Shadows will tell me like the sentiment, probably more bullish, bearish, or whatever. But I'm not looking for engulfing dildos. I'm not looking for dildo patterns. What I'm looking is what the price action does around certain levels. And only candles I will be taking into consideration will be indecision candles. Yeah, like this, some kind of indecision in the market. But this is what I'm looking basically, bro. It's nothing fancy. I made my own indicators to like make it easier for me to identify, to give me more confluence, if you know what I mean. And just give me a second.
So simple when you describe it like that. I hope I remember this.
Yeah, like Crown.
It is.
Crown do the same. Everything is simple when you're talking.
It is actually, it is simple if you look at this like without any emotions to the chart, without any attachment, without thinking I need to make money. I sit at charts to make plans. I'm not sitting at charts to make money. Money comes with executed plans. That's all I do. So you think holding my Euro USD long was actually easy? No, the fuck it was not. I mean, it was going all over the place until it lifted. And you can say from this price action, if you were going dildo by dildo, here you have a pump, here you have a dump, here you have a pump, dump. It does not make too much sense, especially on Forex, which is dominated by algorithms. And looking at single dildos is actually will not help you. Stop focusing on a dildo, focus on levels, on the price action, what it does. And believe me, if you make a horizontal, it will work. It is magically working. As you can see, you place a line and you see the price is testing it from the bottom, from the above. You can see it confirmed many times. So if you place a good horizontal, it will work for you. So after we broke this range, you have a clear signal, it's changing a behavior and it's going to the next zone. After we broke it here today, you now have some levels to play off if you're expecting a move to the upside. So it will probably retrace. It can retrace here. It can retrace even here. But you have simple picture. And you don't need nothing else. You don't need oscillators. You can just blindly buy the support, sell the fucking resistance, and make money. And depending on how often you do it and how generous you will be for your stop losses, like for your risk management, it will make you money. The other way, instead of using fixed stop losses, it's really easy. We broke here to the upside, but we didn't have a bullish follow through, and this make it not looking so well. And those dildos here are showing there is a liquidity zone, high pressure here from the upside. They are being sold. And of course, even if you traded the broken resistance and treating it as a support, there was an easy way to identify it is wrong. You had a bearish close and follow through on this dildo here, so you could get rid of your position after this dildo, even here. So it's really easy to manage. Of course, it won't work so like a charm for big moves, but that's why you have a stop loss in a certain way to keep you safe from such surprises.